What if I told you that our slavery was specifically prophesied in the Bible, right? Would that kind of paint a picture as to who the Bible is talking about? If I'm able to show you in the scriptures that God said a specific group of people were going to go into slavery by way of slave ship, would that kind of change your narrative on being an African American? Maybe I'm not an African American because there's no such thing as an African American in the Bible, right? You follow what I'm saying? So let me show you real quick, because I know you've been here a little bit. So I'm just gonna make it real brief, and if you got any questions, we can dialogue, right? Right, you read that, because in the you heard of Moses, let my people go. So when Moses came through the Red Sea, he went up on the mountain and said, and he got the laws from God. He came back down and he said, if you keep the commandments of God, God's gonna set you high, right? If you disobey God, you're gonna get punishments. Those punishments are called curses. So what I'm gonna read to you now is one of those curses, right, that really connects with Juneteenth today, right? Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68.
Come on.
And and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Come on, sister. We're bringing out black history right now, according to the scriptures. We're bringing out black history. So it said you're going to be going into Egypt again with ship, right? Why would Moses have to go to Pharaoh? How you doing, sis? Why would Moses have to go to Pharaoh and say, let my people go? What do you think the condition were of his people? If he had to go to Pharaoh and say, let my people go. They were in slavery. So God has said, I'm going to send you back into Egypt again, or slavery again. But how?
With ships.
So I got to ask you, what group of people have gone into slavery by way of slavery? But there's no such thing as an African American in the Bible. So who was Moses speaking to? Was he speaking to black people? Was he speaking to black people? Was he speaking to Africans? Who was Moses talking to? Who? Nope. Watch this. That's an African. The Hamitic people are the people of Kemet. We just had a Kemet brother up here. You just missed out for the past 30 minutes. We had a Kemetic brother here. Right? Watch this. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1.
Let's find out who Moses is speaking to. And here's the thing. Moses was raised as an Egyptian. So he looked just like the Egyptians. What I'm going to show you is that the Hebrews and the Egyptians look the same skin color, but they're not the same people. If they were the same people, Moses would not have gone to Pharaoh and say, let my people go. He would say, let your people go. No. He said, let my people go. And that's what the plays were. Right? Now read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 1 and verse 1. These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Unto who?
Unto all Israel.
Unto all Israel. So if you fit, your history, your ancestry fits that what just happened, who does that mean you are according to God? Are you an African American? Who was Moses talking to? Read it again.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
Read it again.
These be the words which Moses spake unto all Israel.
That's what the Bible said, bro. So he wasn't talking to everyone. Moses didn't say, let my people go. It couldn't have been everybody, because guess what? He destroyed Egypt. So it couldn't have been everybody, right? So Moses is saying, let my people go. These are your ancestors. These are my ancestors. We're not African American. We're not black. We are the children of Israel. That's who we are. And it said, go back to 28:68.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
That happened to us. Watch this.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Now we don't know where our homeland is. You ask a black person where they're from, they all just say Africa. Where, bro? There's 55 countries in Africa, right? Read.
And
there, once you get off those slave ships, and there,
ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen,
slave men,
and bondwomen.
25, Master Thompson wants a young buck over here. 25, 55, $200 sold. That's you being sold to your enemies. Who bought and sold us? We at Juneteenth. You telling me you don't know? We at Juneteenth, my brother.
See, look.
Oh, well, we at Juneteenth.
Of course.
So wait. So who bought it? That's what
I was taught. What I was taught was, the white man.
That's what it is. That's the truth, though. That's the truth. Why white people did it? That's the truth. All right, read it again. Finish that last part.
I'm sorry. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
See, the thing is, a lot of our people get afraid because we've been trained to be afraid to speak the truth.
Right.
Like, we're not trying to go bop nobody inside the head. It's just that's what it's history. All we doing is talking about history. Now, if you're ashamed of it, you should be. But I mean, it's history. That doesn't mean I shouldn't be ashamed of my history. We're at the Bishop Museum. The Hawaiians not ashamed of their history. So why are we ashamed of ours? Right? You see how low we've been brought down to where we're scared to even talk about our own history. We didn't do it. Why we can't talk about it?
To each other.
To each other.
Yeah.
Right? See, that's where they got us, right? So that's why I say this is tying into Juneteenth. Most people here are going to have the same response as you. I don't want to say, bro, you at a Juneteenth event. The hell? It's about us being emancipated from slavery.
That's
Now, when you say who did it, it's like, what the hell? Come on, right? Do you finish that?
A little bit more. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Come on.
For bondmen.
Come on.
And bondwomen.
And bondmen, slave men, slave women. Come on.
And no man shall buy you.
And no man, no person has been able to redeem us as a people from that condition, right? No matter where you go, our people are still last hire, first fire. No matter where you go, we're at the bottom of the barrel. We struggling to make ends meet, right? Our communities are impoverished. They're high crime, right? School to prison pipeline, right? You know what I'm talking about when I say that, right? That's our communities. No one man has been able to do that. We have many people that tried in history. You had Sojourner Truth, right? Harriet Tubman, right? You have people in history that try to raise our people out. Barack Obama, they say, right? They try to change the... no man is going to be able to change the condition because no man put us in his conditions. It's because why? Now, here's the question. Why are our people in these conditions? Why do we have to have a holiday known as Juneteenth? Why do we have to run around and tell the world, I am a man, Black Lives Matter? Why do we have to do that? Why do you think that happened?
I think it's the price. I guess they're thinking that's the price. That's the buying.
Okay.
That's us buying.
Okay.
Our way back.
Okay. Now let's read it out of the Bible. 28:15. Let me show you what God says the reason why we have to deal with these things. All right, go ahead, read it.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 15.
Come on.
But it shall come to pass.
It shall, which means it says future prophecy. It shall come to pass. Read.
If thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
To hearken means to hear or to listen to the voice of the Lord thy God. Come on.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
What did he say was going to come upon you if you didn't hear God or listen to God? So when we read verse 68 in the same chapter, God says it's a curse because you didn't listen to me. That's why we have these things going on with us. So let me ask you this very simple question, all right? Not a trick question. If we now understand why we have these conditions, why we have to have a Juneteenth, why we're struggling to make ends meet, why we're last hire for a fire, right? Why there's a school to prison. What do you think we should do now? Right now, how do we do it? How do we get into it? By not doing what? Read it again. I want you to follow, right? Read it again.
Deuteronomy 28:15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
So what didn't we do?
Not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God.
To do what?
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day.
So what didn't we do? So what should we do? It's as simple as that, is it not? As simple as that, is it not? Because we've already historically tried everything else. We had Black Wall Street, we had Tulsa, Oklahoma, right? We had many communities in Chicago and Rosewood in Florida, right? They make movies about it. What happened when those cities and those I won't say jurisdiction, but those communities flourished? What happened? How did they get destroyed? What happened? No, Tulsa, Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. How did that get destroyed? Okay. So what I'm saying, here you go again, right? Oh, white man, right? We had Juneteenth, brother, right? We're here because we was enslaved by white people, right? And when we try to stand up in our different communities, right? Whether it be Black Wall Street, Rosewood, whatever, white people came in and wiped that out too. That's history. So we've tried that already. We've tried to come together with economics, right? We've got very, very smart people right? But we just seem to not be able to figure out how to change the condition of our people as a whole. Did you know that that was also a curse? It was also a curse or a judgment, right? You following, brother? You got the answer. You said it already, right? If we wasn't doing something, give me 28, 29. Hold on.
28, 29.
Yeah, 28, 29.
Deuteronomy chapter 28.
Hold on, wait, my brother. You got it? You got it, bro? You got it? All right, hey, so what must we do? All right, you got that fly in your hand. Reach out. Just do your more research. We here on the island, all right? Yo, check us out, bro. Check us out. Give me Ciroc 3224. Can I share something with you, sister?
Yep.
All right, let me share something with you real quick before you move on. I just want to share something with you because you said you believe, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so that means that's the first step. And with that belief, guess you already know where I'm going, right? But I don't want it to be my words.
Nope.
We're gonna read the scripture. Read that real quick for me.
I know it.
Sirach chapter 32 and verse 24.
Come on.
He that believeth in the Lord taketh heed to the commandment.
Right. So it says when you believe, you're supposed to start taking heed to the commandments, right?
Yep.
So it's more than just hearing it,
Right.
right?
It's
As
acting on it.
acting on it, right?
So,
Acting on it. So here we are now. Here we are in Hawaii,
Yep.
right? And you running into your brothers here.
Yeah.
You already have a foundation of understanding what's going on.
Right.
Now we have to begin to make those changes.
Right.
And you know that there's people here. You live out here now?
Yes. I've
Okay.
been living here for 7 years.
Okay, so now you know that there's brothers out here.
Okay.
So now what we need to do is start to make those changes.
Right.
Start to apply those things. Not
Yeah.
just listening to the bishop,
understand.
but start doing it. And then when you start doing it, getting together with other brothers and sisters. Because
Yeah.
there's other sisters.
Yeah, it is.
We got our wives, we
Yep.
got sisters
Yep.
that are here that you need to be building with,
Yep.
that you need to be building with. That's your daughter?
That's my daughter. And my husband
Okay.
is over there too.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So you can share this with him. Bring
Yeah,
your
we
husband.
both watches
Okay.
the lessons and all of that. So we stopped even doing like 10 years ago.
All praises. Okay.
And I know that I gotta change the way I dress.
Okay.
And everything
That's
that
all
will be
part of it.
covered and everything
That's
else.
all
So
part of it.
follow the commandments.
There we
But
go.
I'm proud of myself because I was a crazy seafood eater.
Okay.
You
Okay.
know, but I haven't touched seafood in 3 years now, and I'm making a little bit more. And
Okay.
I don't give up my Saturdays or Fridays. I don't work on those days.
Okay,
I tell
okay. All
my
praises.
job, I don't do that. I
Okay,
can't.
so Friday, sundown, to Saturday. So what you must do now, give me Leviticus 23 and 2. Because the Sabbath day, remember it says, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy, right? 6 days you'll work, 7 days the Sabbath of the Lord, right? That's why you said I don't work on Saturdays. Friday sundown to
Friday
sundown
and
to
Saturday.
it's just Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. That's the
Right.
Sabbath, right?
Yeah.
But now I want you to see when it says be home, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. I'm going to show you some of the things that actually keep it holy. Right? Watch this. Read.
Leviticus chapter 23 and verse 2.
Especially if you listen to Bishop Nathaniel. That's our
Oh,
bishop.
yeah.
So that means you should
For
be
sure.
doing. Watch this. Read.
Yep.
Speak unto the children of Israel,
You, sister. What's your name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer? Okay, Sister Jennifer, watch this.
and say unto them
Uh-huh.
concerning the feast of the Lord,
So you know the Sabbath day is a feast of the Lord.
Yeah.
Read.
which ye shall proclaim to be holy
You know
convocations.
what a convocation is?
I don't really know.
It's
What do you
okay.
mean?
Good answer.
Okay.
It's to gather. It's a gathering.
Okay.
A holy gathering. Which means now that you know, you're learning, you have to come together.
Right.
Because guess what? Now you can be around other sisters,
Yeah.
other brothers, right? And begin to keep the commandments with other brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So that they can give you confidence and pointers and guidance on how you're supposed to make those changes. Because everything that we think we understand about the scriptures isn't necessarily the right thing
Right.
until you get around other
Yeah.
brothers and sisters that have been doing it longer that can say, no, sis, you don't want to do that, do this, right? You might not want to do it like that, do it like this, right? And you can get some guidance on that, right? Rather than try to do it by yourself. Because we
Yeah.
have a tendency to want to try and do things
Right,
by
yeah.
ourselves.
Right.
We have to learn to come together.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong.